So if you're looking to do a low life Righteous Fire build, I've been trying out a different couple of characters, and I tried out the Shadow Trickster Ascendancy area, and I also tried out the Templar Guardian area, and what I found was the Guardian was a lot more superior when it came to playing in hardcore mode. It was just way more easier to survive and a little bit easier for a newer player to try out. So I thought I'd do a build on the low life Guardian Righteous Fire build. Now basically in this video I'm just going to share with you the ideal gear you'll want if you want to go low life Righteous Fire, and what sort of skill tree to go with when you're building a character. So when you're building a low life Righteous Fire character and you want a build which is more for end game, more for level 80 plus, then this is a build to try out, because this is where you get to the further stages of Path of Exile for end game content and things like that. With this is just a generic build at level 87 with this character. Now when we're looking at the tree, going low life, these are the main low life Righteous Fire. These are what you mainly need. Once you get past the Merciless Labyrinth, then you can choose what you need. Normally when you start off, you normally get Time of Need, or you can pick up Prayer of Glory, then respec. If you don't want to respec, I'd suggest just go with Time of Need, then get Radiant Faith, then Unwavering Faith. Now the reason why low life Guardian is so good, because it's built around being low life character. So our defenses currently have 829 armor. Now because we have Radiant Faith and Unwavering Faith, what happens is when we cast our auras, so I'll only do Clarity, Discipline, Vitality, and not Righteous Fire, Purity of Fire. So at the moment we've only got 4 auras, but with 4 auras on, my life's gone down to low life here, and we're now sitting at around 10,000 armor because of that. Our energy shield's up at 8,752. We still can have more room to reserve more mana for more auras if we choose to, if we want to do later on. So at the moment that's just a quick build example. And you can cast one totem as well for an extra DPS, say you're on the boss, whatever. At the moment I'm just using Incinerate totems. I'm just playing around a little bit with different skill gems, but just going back to the build, the items you'll want is the Imperial Edge. So what this effectively does is it gives you at least 800 extra energy shield when you have pretty much a lot of energy shield nodes. Next thing you'll need is a decent helm with energy shield. You also want good resistances, or just at least 350 energy shield, which isn't relatively expensive. The next thing you'll need is the Rise of the Phoenix. Rise of the Phoenix is basically what gets you to be in Righteous Fire mode without taking any extra damage. So say we put our Righteous Fire on, we don't actually lose any energy shield whatsoever. Okay, and that's basically because our defenses, we have 88% fire resistance. Now I'll go to the boots. The boots, we use the Rainbow Stride just for that extra elemental resistances. It's got decent energy shield on it, and we have a 24% chance of block chance applied to spells. A bit more defense there, which is pretty good as well. Our belt, Bated Breath belt, very cheap belt. Basically using this belt because it's cheap and it gives you a good amount of energy shield. So if I take it off, we're at 8134. If I put it on, we're at 87, so very nice amount of energy shield. Also we get a little bit more damage with our Righteous Fire. Gloves, you want something with a decent amount of energy shield, once again, and resistances if you can get it. This has got Dex on it. Dex is mainly if you're, like, say you've got Whirling Blades and faster attacks and Fortify. Dex is always nice to have if you want to get the Fortify effect when you're whirling through, and I'll show you that in a minute when we're in a map. Okay, rings, you just want energy shield and resistances, and just energy shield and resistances on your amulet also. So that's basically the build. Everything is pretty cheap in the build. until you get to the main armor. Now, if you're just starting out with this build, then you can get the Solaris Lorcar. The Solaris unique armor is a lot more cheap. It's about 1 chaos. This will set you back a ton of chaos. So I think exalts wise, you're looking at about 14 to 15 exalts in hardcore. Once you get to standard or something like that, or if you want to play just in a standard league, you can probably pick one up for about 3 exalts. Still very expensive though. This is a 5-link Chevron, so it's expensive, but if you have been playing Path of Exile a lot, you might be able to afford one, and it's well worth it when you're doing later game builds or just testing out builds. So it's pretty fun to have. Okay, so next I'll just show you the gem setups real quickly. So with Righteous Fire, the maximum amount of gems you only need is 4. So you can use Righteous Fire, increased burning damage, increased area effect, and elemental focus. Those are the main 4 gems you need, and everything else, don't worry about it, basically. So Righteous Fire, increased burning damage, increased area effect, and elemental focus. With the Fortify, so we get less damage taken, we want that maybe with Whirling Blades, faster attacks, and Fortify. Now we can change this up. You can have Shield Charge, you can also have faster attacks and Fortify with Shield Charge. So it's up to you what you want to do, preferably. So different builds choose different sort of attacks to get their Fortify. If you've got a 5-link setup, you can use this as a method for your curses, or you can also use it as a method for doing, say, like your spell totems. So with this, I'm just using spell totem with Incinerate, Fire Penetration, Elemental Focus, and faster casting. So it's just an example. You don't have to do that. It's just what you want to do. So I'll just go through just another couple of things here. So Summon, Stone Golem, Vitality, and Discipline. So we're just going to have our auras in here, and basically these are the basics anyway, but I just wanted to share with you guys. I'm just doing a quick video basically on the low life Guardian build. If you guys check out my videos, so I just wanted to share how this build works in late level maps. Let's have a look here. So I'll try and get some good stuff. I've got some old maps on here, so let's have a look. So we'll do a temple map, a tier 9 temple map, and see how we go with this. We'll be cursed with temporal chains, just a bit of extra monster pack side, and that's alright, we'll just do that. So it's still going to be pretty decent map. I can put another aura on, but I'll just leave it off for the time being, just to show you guys how effective the build works. So, okay. Now, the way we get extra damage is, I didn't show you this gem setup, but what you do is you'd use for Orb of Storms, Curse on Hit, and then Elemental Weakness and Flammability. Okay, so you'd want that sort of gem setup, and then what you do is when you cast the Orb of Storms, it will just give you Flammability and Elemental Weakness. Now, if you don't want, if you've got plenty of damage and you don't really want that, you want more defense, you can also switch it up and put, if you're put Enfeeble in there as well, and just get rid of the where is it? Get rid of Elemental Weakness. Okay. So if I whirl blades in here, I have Fortify up. Okay. So basically all I'd need to do here is I just play, I don't even have to really press any of my flasks or anything, because it just does all the damage already, and my energy shield automatically heals up every 5 seconds. So that's the good thing about having a Guardian low life build. Works pretty well together with everything else. Let's just keep moving here. So full pack of monsters in here. So when I cast my 2 curses, as you can see, it gets them down a lot more quicker, basically. So there you go. So this is just a basic run through for you viewers if you've been watching my videos. So I want to do a quick low life Guardian build. So I want to show you guys the tankiness. I know Pox has been doing it in the 2.6 patch, and it's been working out really well for him as well. And I just thought I'll test it out and give it just to go in one of my builds. It's normally a little bit different to my builds. Normally I do stuff which is a lot more cheaper, but you know, if you guys have been playing Path of Exile for a while now, you should be able to get pretty decent gear, and just like I have, and you know, you can pretty much start doing some really cool builds like this as well. Let's have a quick look at our skill tree now. So I already explained the ascendancy area and the things you can pick up here. Now once you get to the next ascendancy, so you do Uber Lab, you can pick up the Bastion of Hope. Bastion of Hope will also give you even more defenses, so you get 50% additional block chance for 1 second. So when you've got the Rainbow Stride boots on, that will give you as well the spell block, which is pretty cool also. Now I've gone a little bit different to the way Pox goes and everything else like that, so I want to test out, get a little bit more life regeneration from over here, and I also want to pick up these life regenerations and a little bit easier for the intermediate players, like the beginner players. So you can come down here and get the elemental resistances, just so you don't have to rely on gear too much, and you get the +1 maximum fire resistance here. So a little bit different. You can also pick up these extra dual sockets areas here, and you can pick up dual sockets here as well. I haven't actually done that. I'm just showing you the basic layout if you want to do this sort of low life righteous fire build. You can also pick up the aura nodes here as well, and you can use them to get extra auras, which is highly recommended when you're doing a low life Guardian build. So that's another thing you do. You can also pick up these aura nodes over here. So anyways, that's just a quick rundown of my low life Guardian build in Path of Exile. So it's a really cool build to do. You can work around it a lot. You can do different things to suit you. So if you want extra defenses, you can do extra defenses. If you don't want extra defenses and you want more damage, you can go more damage, and you can test it out a little bit. You know, you can trial it out and see what you guys think. So I hope you guys enjoyed the video. I try and do some videos, maybe one video a week or something like that, or you know, I'll try and release a video as soon as I possibly can. But yeah, I'm looking forward to patch 3.0, and hopefully the beta will be out soon. And yeah, thanks for watching, and I'll see you later.